A lot of people, especially these gym junkies who take in a lot of protein powders. So, I mean, even people do it to get results quickly in the gym. So, do you think it's safe for the kidney health?
Absolutely no. And I get a lot of youngsters when I'm working out in the gym who come to me and say, "Sir, do you use any protein powders? Should we be using protein powders? What do you recommend?" I'm very, very clear about it. No.
Even in limited amount?
Yes. Because when you're taking more protein, see, there's no point taking limited amount. You take protein because you want to build up muscle, right? So you take lots and lots of protein. You take your normal dietary protein, plus you take these protein supplements, or whatever, whey protein, creatine, coach's formula, whatever, you take all those things. Now, when you take more protein, it goes to the kidney. The kidney cells have to work overtime to excrete that protein. They get swollen up and they can get damaged in that process. That's one problem with taking more protein, because the kidney has to process it and it can get into trouble. If you already have a very mild kidney problem, and those who are gymmers who are got high muscle mass, they produce more creatine, because creatine comes from the muscle. It comes from the muscle, goes to the kidney and is excreted. So if you have very high muscle mass, your creatine values will always be slightly higher than normal, or in the upper limit of normal. So you're already on the border, you give more protein and more creatine, and that can increase your creatine, worsen your kidney function. The second problem is, and this is a rule of thumb for everything, anything that comes off a shelf is preserved, correct? Anything which is perishable is not preserved. Anything that comes off a shelf has to be preserved. It won't stay on the shelf otherwise. And what is the preservative? Salt. And though they don't mention it on the label, but there will be salt. Otherwise, how will you preserve it? So salt plus protein. And we all know what salt can do. It can increase the blood pressure, it can cause kidney dysfunction, water retention, high strokes, all those things. Salt, like I said, on 3 whites, is one of those killers. So one salt load, so with taking more protein, salt loads and more protein can cause kidney damage. If you want to increase your protein, take natural protein. The only situation where you would take very, very high protein is if you are a professional bodybuilder and you're doing it for your profession to win tournaments or whatever. For those people, it's acceptable, but then they will have to pay for it in later life. But the normal recreational gymmers, definitely you don't require. I mean, what do you want to become? You want to definitely have a little bit of bulk and all that. But today the in thing, if I know, is being lean, right? It's not about being bulky. So why do that, and why put your body under stress and your kidneys and get into trouble? Unless you're into, like I said, professional bodybuilding. Recreational bodybuilding, no way.